Hello everyone and welcome to Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. This time it's, well, Death Mountain time. And Death Mountain was the first huge difficulty spike that I ever saw in a Nintendo game. And really, it's one hell of a difficulty spike. If you go down here, and you shouldn't be maxed out in your stats really at this point. And you see all of these caves, and it's a giant maze, and you don't know what the hell to do. And if you take a wrong turn, take the wrong cave, the enemies in here will kill you. Now you saw a Moblin in there, you see an Octorok here, and you see the bits, and that doesn't look too bad. You may see a Goriah here and there. But the truth of it is, like a Goriah here, but the truth of it here is, you see kind of a new enemy here, and, pretty sure we haven't seen it before. If we have, feel free to correct me. Pretty sure we haven't. We see an enemy called the Daira, D-A-I-R-A. At least that's what I think the name is. Daira, however you want to call it. It's not diarrhea or anything. But he is going to make us want to run away from it, that's for sure. He's going to give us the runs. Yeah, it's not going to tie up any loose ends, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so Daira will pretty much kill you. At least in maybe 2 or 3 shots at this weakness that we've got. At this level. And, you could try to get a higher magic or life level, and that will help you a lot, but I went for the attack power because that way I could just dispatch these guys as quickly as possible. And that's the Daira. He's got an axe, and there's another type of Daira that we'll have to deal with. Avoid these Bagos or Bagos. These are these little skull monsters. I tried to actually memorize some of the names of some of these enemies. Also, I don't know if I mentioned in the last episode or not, since it's been a couple of days since I recorded the last episode, but I think I made a mistake in saying that one of the enemies in Parappa Palace was a Doom Knocker or Doom Riddle or whatever. One of the things calls it a Goyu, I think. But anyways, correct me if I'm wrong there. Feel free to comment, whatever. The red Daira there that we had, 2 hits and he'll kill you. And he throws his axe at you, but it's kind of easy to avoid if you just look for the pattern. And I like how some of the caves actually go from left to right or right to left. They change it up a little bit to make you think that you're going in the wrong way, and really you're not. So that's nice. Thankfully we got a red jar there, so. You'll also notice our experience is really climbing. So we should be able to hit 2,000 points in this episode without a problem. See the orange Daira hit us, and it took away a good bit of our life. Just imagine if you get hit by the red Daira. I think it takes away a lot more. And of course with our magic level, so weak as it is, sorry, you know, we don't have a whole lot of room to use spells. And that sucks. Take care of these bits here. Bits or bots. We're gonna see a lot of those guys. I like the symmetry in some of these levels too, or these caves. And I like the music as well. I actually kind of wish there was more platforming Zelda games. They didn't really bring it back in the early Zelda games a whole hell of a lot. They brought it back briefly in Link's Awakening, but it's been absent from a lot of Zelda games. It'd be kind of interesting to do kind of a Metroid Zelda game, I think. And also I wanted to point out, even though I've recorded all of the video, I haven't done the commentary yet, so feel free to chime in. If you want to see something different or want me to talk about something, you know, here I am engaging the audience. But yeah, I'm interested in what you have to say. Anyways, here's our final cave of Death Mountain. And you saw there kind of a graveyard of all the people before us who have died in Death Mountain. See, the axes aren't that difficult to avoid. Just go in, try to hit them, and move out. And hopefully you can avoid the axes. Even with an attack power of 4, it takes a couple of hits for the Dairas to go down. This cave is actually kind of confusing. We've got the Megmats here, and there's actually going to be an orange Daira pretty soon that we're going to have to deal with. of course. But he's not that bad. Could be a whole hell of a lot worse. I get a red Dara. I wonder what the Dara count is by now. I don't know, it's gonna be a lot, I'll tell you that. It's time to take our attack power to 5. Now that we've done that, I think it's gonna take only 2 hits for the Dara. So, that's also a Mayu, by the way. We can't really take care of him yet, but soon enough we will. And here's the final room of the cave. We've got a lot of enemies to deal with left. And at this point, I would have probably used shield if I didn't practice this game. Because this is what we've got to deal with. He's guarding something important. And I like how they give you this neat little column here to indicate it's a special cave, you know? Apart from those columns there and the columns at the beginning of this cave, you're never going to see those kind of columns again. Of course, you're going to see the green type of columns in a 1-up area. We've already seen that. But I think it's kind of interesting. They give you some special sprites, you know, to indicate you're at a special part of the game. And it's time to get out of here. I'm not going to explore the extra rooms of this cave or the extra caves. It's just much too dangerous for that. Especially at my, strength here. Or lack thereof. Or should I say constitution or lack thereof. I'm not going to take the magic or life meter up until we get to an attack power of 8, by the way. Now, if you use a hammer to break a boulder, you can get a magic container. And that's pretty nice. We're not going to turn that down. There's 16 gravestones there of people that have died before us, unfortunately. These little Geldarns, they're not a big deal. You have to kind of get them at the head, shoot them at the head. I don't know why rocks are blowing around in the air like that. One would think rocks that could be lifted around the air wouldn't be that damaging, but whatever, you know. But I guess the Octoroks are spitting them at you, so maybe there were Octoroks off screen that were kind of shooting us. Maybe. I think the reason why this game is so difficult is because of the platforming. There's a lot of areas, there's just no way around it, where you'll fall into an area and it's an instant death. You know what I mean? I think that's the biggest challenge to this, I would imagine. This is going to be a very long bridge, but it's going to take us to a new area. And we're kind of forced to take this bridge unless you want to go backwards through Death Mountain, which you don't want to do. Because this is actually easier than going back through the whole Death Mountain rigmarole. And now we get to the giant graveyard, where everybody in Hyrule has been buried. Before we go east, I actually want to go to the left a little bit. There's a few things I want to cover, or at least one in particular. I could go to the port town, I think it's Mido, but I don't want to do that just yet. I'm waiting for the enemies here. I got lucky there. And I could have had some fairies there that would have been nice, but oh well. These Bagos actually are very annoying. Especially the lobbers. But we get a pea bag for our trouble. And then we have to go back out of here. We don't get like a outside spell like Dragon Warrior or anything. See how much he took out of my life just for hitting me? And then I've got a red day right here too, so... But at least we got some more points out of it, so that's nice. We got 2 red Dayras, sorry. So they're guarding something important. And we get the Water of Life, which is somewhat useful, but now we have to head out of here. At least we don't have to deal with the Dairas again. But we do have to deal with the Bago Bagos. Or Bago Bagos. Bagels? Nah. I'm not really that hungry right now. No bagels for me. Time to work our way through the swamp. And we're not going to take care of the second dungeon, the second palace just yet. I'm going to get a special skill and a special spell before we do that. It makes more sense. Anyways, this wraps up our episode of Let's Play Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link, so thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Goodbye.